Hi, good morning everyone. It's Robin with Uniquely Robins. I just wanted to show you the finished project that we worked on yesterday. It didn't turn out too bad for all the mistakes that I made in it, all the mess ups I had. This is the front, and I just put some little beads up there and a little button and a flower just to give it some. I didn't want to put too much on because I really like these roses here. And I put two little doorknobs on it so you can open it up. I put flowers over here on both of these sides and some lace down the middle, lace up across the top and a few flowers. A flower here in the middle and a couple little flower stickers there. I just put some, I'm not sure how exactly dry it is, but just some tags in these little tuck spots here on the side. Scoot those over a little bit so it doesn't mash the flower. Then I have a little tag in this tuck spot here, a little tag in the next one, and then I made a tag for the back here, some journaling on the back of it, just put some lace on the top of them. Oh, I put a butterfly right here so when it's empty there was something pretty to look at. Then I will put some more stuff in here before I give it to whoever I'm going to give it to. And then the flowers at the top. So that's how it turned out. I thought it turned out pretty good for all the trouble it gave me. But I just put a little elastic band on the little doorknobs just to keep it closed. And that'll help too once we fill it up and it gets a little fatter. So that's it. Okay, now what we're going to start on today, I know people are anxious to see the altered antique purses, but it's going to have to be a little later in the week. I was hoping to do it earlier in the week, but I'm waiting on a couple of things I want to use on it, and they haven't come yet. Of course, with Christmas, everything's kind of backed up, so anyway, we're going to work on our little wine bag, and this is going to be what I'm calling is Grammy's brag book. We're going to make a little photo album that we can toss in our purse and take with us so that we can pull it out and brag about our grandkids, which is always fun to do. And we're going to use some small envelopes for this. So if you want to get those or dig in your stash and see if you have any, I got this at Kroger's, and it's what it is it is a wine bag. So I don't know if you can find them anywhere else or not, but this one measures 4.5 by 17, and that's counting this little lip out here. And then the envelopes that I'm going to be using, I think, I'm not positive on this till we get started on it, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be using their 3.5 by 5.25. The only reason I'm using these, and you can probably use junk mail envelopes if you want, however you want to do the inside. I just had a bunch of these. I went to a thrift store and there was a big box of, I believe they were wedding invitations, and these envelopes were in there. It had these envelopes in it, it had these cards in it, it had larger envelopes in it and larger cards just like that, and it had these, which we are going to use these to make something. And you can use cardstock too, so we'll just measure it out for you so you know what size cardstock to get. But I thought they would come in handy for something, and I do have some ideas for those coming up here. Actually, I'll give you the measurement for it if you like. So if you want to see if you want to go ahead and cut your paper this size, let's see, from the tip. Let's see, 12. 17 3/4. So you're probably going to need 2 pieces by 4 3/4. So you'll probably have to join 2 pieces together if you're going to make this. But that's not for today. This is for today. I have picked this paper pack to work with. I'm going to try to keep this under half an hour, even if, you know, we're going to have to do a couple. It's not going to get all done today, I can tell you that. The paper pack I'm using is Stamperia. I got this from Amazon. I think it's like $12, $13, so it's not too much. And it's 12 by 12, double-sided paper. And it's called Lilac Flowers, which lilac is my all-time favorite flower in the world. I love the smell of lilac. It has butterflies on the back, some writing on this one. Beautiful lilac on there. Beautiful purple paper. There's some more butterflies on that page. And some writing. I think I have it upside down, actually. Some letters. I love this page. And again, I think this looks like vintage wallpaper. I just got a vintage wallpaper thing, I guess. This one just looks like crinkled up paper with some stains on it. You could cut those out if you wanted to. Some of those for cards, but it'd be a waste of paper, I think. And then there. And it also does come with a couple of ephemera pages, which I've already cut out. It has some of these. These a bookmark, and some of these that were on the cutout pages. Postcard like thingies. It had an envelope on one of the pages, which is really pretty. And then had a couple of butterflies on one of the pages and a little pansy, which I cut out. So that's a paper pack. Beautiful paper pack. I love Stamperia's paper packs. They're so pretty. And they're not humongous paper packs, but I should say, yeah, 10 double-sided sheets, acid-free. Which if you're going to do something for photos, you really do want acid-free. It's better for your pictures. And I know a lot of people do digital pictures and stuff now, and they don't print pictures out, but I do. I love pictures on the wall, and I like to be able to show people actual photos. Guess I'm old school that way. I like handwritten letters too. So let's get started. I digress. I know, I talk too much, and that's why my videos take too long, probably. I try to figure out, let's do the front side first. Let's figure out what I want for the front side. Yeah, I want this for my front. So I want to pick something pretty for the front. I was thinking not lilac, but it may be, if I find it, too big. I think it's too big. Yeah, it's way too big. Okay. Well, that's one good thing about this paper is it has different stuff on different ones. Let's use that. Let's use this one, so it at least has some prettiness to it. Okay, the way this is going to go, this is going to be my outside. Your paper has a small area and a large area, a rounded area on the end. And the reason I want this to be my outside is because eventually, when we get it done here, it will fold. It'll fold like this. I haven't decided how far in I want to fold it. That's why I haven't done it. But it'll fold like this. And I'm thinking, where'd my envelopes go? Goodness. Maybe I shouldn't think. There we go. I know I want to use these for my pages, and it's going to be a little different how I do that. So I may end up cutting this bag a little bit. And I think I am going to cut it about right there. Well, it's good. There it is. I'm going to tell you how much I cut off, but I cut off about 1 3/4 inches. So that way I have enough room for my pages. And I only want just a little bit of a flap here. So now I've decided I'm going to go ahead and fold that. My bone folder here. Because the way I want to cover this, I want to know where my folds are going to be. So my first one is going to be here. And I want some, not really a spine, but room for it to grow. Let's put it that way. Okay, so I'm going to fold it there. Alright, so our pages will be in here, this will be our front, and then this is going to be where our closure is when we decide what that's going to be. Of course, I don't know yet, because I never know anything until I get there. Alright, but I want to cover this. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it, because I want to cover it to where my whole picture is when it's closed, but it's still covered when it's open. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover a section back here first, and will probably make a little tiny pocket there so that it doesn't look bad, because we don't want it to look bad. And I want this to go about in the middle. There. I know I probably have a really weird process of doing things than anybody else, but I'm really old school. Okay. I want a little bit of the edge to show, not a humongous amount, because it's not all that pretty, but a little bit. Okay, so let's cut that first. And I'm hoping, I really try not to waste any more paper than I have to, but on this project, I may end up wasting more than I normally do. But it's really not wasting it, because you always use the bits and parts for stuff. Tags, or pockets, or snippets, or something. Okay. So we have that piece. Now we just need to know how high up we want it. It's going to fit on like this. So I want to cut it about right there. I know this probably doesn't make much sense to you right now, but here in a few minutes it will. Trying for my head not to work faster than my hands. I have that problem sometimes, and then I get all messed up. Okay. So, about right there. Now, I'm going to put my other piece down first. I just need to mark where this comes in at, so I know where to stop it at. Don't really want this paper though, because I don't want my writing to be sideways, and I don't think this is wide enough. It's nope. So it's gonna look like we're wasting paper, but we're not, because we're gonna be using that. I just want something to use as my pocket. Like that. That'll work. Okay, now, how wide? Let me cut this first, because I'm going to cut that off. I want to get ahead of myself here, and we'll mess it up. Because I have a plan. Well, not a plan, but something I'm hoping will work. Okay, now I'm just going to try to cut this so far. Come on. So I don't waste the rest of it. I need this edge cut off so I can tell where to start. Okay. Come here. Come. About there. So I want to cut this about there. That's not going to be dark enough for me to see. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay. There we go. Well, hope I didn't have it upside down, right? Okay, now I need to figure, do I want to round my corners? I think I do. Or do I? Yeah, I think I do. I think I do. Just this side here. The other side's already kind of rounded, so that helped me make my decision. All right. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to bump you. Here I am beating you up. I do want to ink, though. I'll try to do this fast. I don't want to... I was going to make that a pocket, but I don't think I'm going to. Is it going to look funny when I open it? Probably. Right, let me check something. I think the plainer side is going to do us better. And the other side's going to be a little covered, so I'm not worried about that. But I like this lilac, I do, but I think when you open it, it's going to look better with just a plain. It'll hopefully eventually all make sense to both of us. All right. So, see, that's going to cover most of that. So now we want to put this on. And I'm going to put it on this flap side first. I don't need to round those corners. I'm going to put it on the flap side first. And at some point we're going to decide whether we want these flaps to be pockets or not. And I'm thinking this one probably not, because it's going to hinder our closure and stuff. And that would just probably be awkward for people, and I don't want that. So the other one I probably will leave open. All right, let's see. I can get this centered. Okay. All right. So I've decided I don't want this side as a pocket already, so I'm going to go ahead and close this up. That will help us with our next step. Trying to be mindful of the time, but it's really hard to get too much done in a short amount of time. Do all these little areas so we have all this closed up. Forgot that was shorter. I just don't need the glue there other than them little flappies. Make sure you get these little flappies too, because you don't want them popping open. Okay. 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 That's stuck down good because I'm going to cut right along that. I'm trying to make it as clean of a cut as I can. Not make any extra cuts because this is the piece we're going to use. Okay. Now I'm going to ink this. I hope all those dogs in the neighborhood barking is not, you can't hear that and it's not bothering you, because I don't know what they are having some kind of meeting today. Okay. So, now I'm going to glue this down. Oh, what did I do? Put it on upside down, didn't I? I did. Darn it. Okay. How in the heck did I do that? Well, that didn't work very well, did it? Oh, because I flipped it. I wasn't taking that into consideration, that when I flipped it, it was going to be upside down on this side. So, I needed something that doesn't matter, I guess. Well, maybe that isn't going to work the way I wanted it to. Guess not. Well, that's okay. We can fix anything. I do believe I'm going to waste a piece of paper today, though. I didn't want to do, but... well, not a whole piece, but... darn it. I really wanted that to do that. I really did want it to do that. Now this is upside down, so I'm going to have to change that anyway. Well, Dad burn it. Guess we're going to do this way then. We'll just put our full piece on. What side? This side. I want to go over top of that a little bit. Okay, where did I do my mark? Goodness gracious me. I lost where my mark was. Okay. Right. So our words need to go this way. I think I'm just going to use this little piece here because it's pretty. I need to glue that on first because I have to cut it off. Which is not a bad thing because this could use some extra support at this junction because it's going to be used a lot to be opened and closed and Now, if I was making this for somebody else, I would probably just start over, but I'm making it for me, and let me make sure I don't do the same thing again. I want this end. And make sure I'm not cutting my bag. Okay. That won't work. I'll have to cut it. Because these corners are really not round as much as they're just kind of tapered like a tag. Through there. Okay. There we go. It actually feels a lot sturdier that way. Is that the side I wanted? Yeah. Because I want to put, I have a bunch of flowers and stuff I want to put on the front of this. So, well, not a bunch, because I'm going to be putting it in my purse, so. Of course, I could always make a bag or something for it to slide into to protect it a little bit in my purse. Okay. Okay. All right. So that'll flip over. Yeah, I think that'll look cute. And we decorate this up. Wasn't exactly what I had in mind, but it'll work. All right, so now we need a piece for our little spine here. About there, and about there. I do always have trouble getting this little tiny pieces lined up. Okay. I think this is the right one. Yes. Yeah, there's our mark right there. Does everybody else have as much trouble seeing their marks they make as I do? Okay, so we want that to go there. Pop a little glue underneath that one to come up right there. There we go. I'm not real great at rushing. I'm trying for you, but I'm not real great at it. Okay. Now, is one of these? No, we just already said that those were not big enough, didn't we? I think we'll put the butterflies on the back. Trying to find which way's up, but I guess they go in all different directions. So, there, there. Man, time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? Alright. There. Trying to judge where my other side was too, because I'm trying not to waste paper. I don't have a ton of paper, so I know a lot of people on Facebook said they have tons of paper. I really don't. I mean, I have some, but I don't have tons. Wish I did. Alright, now where do we want these butterflies? Right there. Okay, there's my mark. There's my mark. As long as it doesn't cut my butterflies, I don't like that. But that didn't, so we're good. Okay. Alright, so this is going to end up being this way. Okay, so that's the right way for the butterflies. I do have some videos coming up that are just short, quick videos, but this is not one of them. We'll get to them though. I have ideas, put it that way. Sometimes I lie awake at night and just think of things to make. Which is probably not good for my sleep habits, but you know. Priorities. And I know the altered purse is going to be more than one video. And I know I did promise to do that this week, so as soon as my PC parts come in, we will get that done. Or at least get it started. I may not finish it this week, but we will start it this week, even if we have to come back to this. So, I do promise you that. Okay, there we go. Alright, now we need to do the inside. I will go ahead and figure out the papers that I'm going to use for the inside, and go ahead and cut them out. Hopefully I can keep them straight. I should be able to. Okay, because we are going to have, I'm going to leave this pocket open, but I am going to glue these sides closed. So there'll be a pocket, but it's not going to be like a humongous pocket that it could be if you wanted it to. But I don't really want it to be that big of a pocket. And we already glued some of this one down. So we're just gluing the latter part. Because we already glued this this part up here down when we put that piece on. So we just have this left to do. Okay. And I know a paper bag doesn't seem very sturdy, but once you put, and this is like a cardstock, it's not paper, it's a cardstock. So once you put that on the inside and the outside, it sturdies it up. You won't believe how much it sturdies it up. Okay, well I'll go ahead and cut my pieces for the inside and have those ready for tomorrow. So that won't take so long, and then we can start working on how our pages are going to be made. 33 minutes. I'm trying to keep it down to a half an hour. I know a lot of people work, and they were asking that I didn't make them quite so long. And those were the only ones who did comment was about that. So leave me a comment down below and let me know, do you like the longer videos? Do you like the shorter videos? That way I can judge what the majority likes and try to figure it out for everybody. Even if I have to write down the times and stuff so people can fast forward to different parts or something. We'll figure something out. But anyway, that's the start of it. And we'll get there. Show the girls down below some love. Check out their videos. There's some really talented people on there. I found a couple new YouTube videos this week that just kind of got a glimpse of, and I really liked them. They were on one of the Facebook pages. And speaking of Facebook pages, join us on our Facebook, Uniquely Robins and Friends on Facebook. Our group, we have a great time on there. We'd love to have you. Post your YouTube channels on there if you have them, because we'd like to check them out and subscribe to you and check out what you got. Appreciate your time. I know sometimes you don't have much time, so I appreciate the time you are giving me. Stay safe out there, guys. I hope everybody's having a good time during the holidays, even though it's kind of strange this year. But, take care. Have fun. Bye-bye.